What's going on, Power Stroke family? We're going to talk a little bit about replacing the rear bushings in your leaf pack. All right. A couple tips, tricks on doing it. I'm in the middle of doing my driver's side now, so I'm just going to show you what I used, how I was doing it. Luckily, this is on, I believe it's 11 to 14 because mine's a 12, so it's got to be in the 11 to 14 range. They do not no longer have those metal casings inside of the bushing. So let me. Here's your bushing. All right. First thing I did was, as you can see, took a drill bit, drilled a little bit along the edges, okay, just kind of to release some of that pressure there. And I also burnt the edges. Now, with a torch, you don't have to burn the actual bushing out. So I'm going to tell you the purpose of doing that. All right. So on these specific style, like when you were burning, like people are actually melting bushings out, they had like a metal casing in there. All right. And they were trying to burn pretty much burn the rubber out inside of that metal casing so they can saw the metal casing out inside of here. We don't have these. Okay. We don't have a metal casing. We literally just have a rubber bushing. So when you heat these up, all right, it's pretty much going to soften the inside. It's going to soften the bushing. All right. It's going to allow it, it's going to allow it to move a little bit better. And then, these were packed with grease originally. And so it's actually going to heat back up inside of the metal there. And it's going to cause it to slide out 10,000 times easier. All right. Your forward facing bushing, or no, your rear facing bushing, is smaller diameter. So I had to use a 5-inch, I used a 5/8 thread, and my ball bearing, I believe it's a bearing. Yeah, it's a bearing press kit is what I used. All right. Pretty much a setup, something like this. Okay. And then this setup in here. With this nut on the end of this. Just like that. Okay. And pushed it out. Side. Here's your new one. All right. And also, and here is like, what the inside of this will look like when you're done. I highly suggest sandpaper it out. Sand in there real good. Try to get as much of it out and as smooth as possible, and be extremely liberal with the, not liberal, I don't know if that's the right word, but put a shit ton of grease in there. I mean, don't be afraid. Pile the hell of it out of there. Okay. As well as the bushing. What you'll notice when you start to push these bushings in, because they're shaped like this, when it gets to the end, so when you're pushing it through this way, this side, the side that's pushing through, once it gets to the other side, you're probably going to have to take like a little screwdriver and just kind of like pop this outer lip out. All right. Don't press too far. Like, don't start to push this side in. Just, get it to that side where you can, it'll start to like bow, kind of like this. You're going to stick a screwdriver in there and then just kind of flatten it out. All right. They're a royal pain in the ass to do. Okay. So like I say, you're going to take a jack. All right. You're going to jack your axle, and then you're going to also jack the back of your truck by the, off of your toe. I can't think. I mean, I can't talk right now. I've been out here doing this for like 3 hours. But yeah, you're gonna put a jack in the back under your tow hitch. There you go. And then one under your axle. You drop your axle down, jack the rear of the truck up, kind of get some of that pressure off. You might be. I don't suggest doing this in the truck. Some people can. I don't know how, to be honest. The driver's side, you're gonna have to, in order to get, let me just make that comment, in order to get to your forward facing part of your leaf, to even get the leaf out, you're gonna have to remove, if you have that protective shield, like the FX4s, they have like that protective around the gas tank. You're gonna have to remove that back half so you can even get a nut in there, like a socket in there, because that, to spin it out, it's not like the rear that has that little like latch thing that grabs around the back. There's actually a nut back there you're going to have to get a socket in, and there's no way to do it unless you remove that protective shield from the gas tank. All right. Other than that, man, it's pretty cut and dry. Pain in the ass. I've been out here for a couple hours just on this one. I'll probably just do this one today. Then the passenger side's a lot easier. You don't have to remove that shield off the gas tank. And but like I said, one more thing, drill it out. You don't need a shit ton, man. I probably did 4 or 5. Then heat it up real good. Melt this out, because this has to fold in. So you want this nice and squishy, okay? Because this becomes a pain in the ass. So melt the hell out of this. You don't have to melt the bushing out. Just hit it real good with heat. You're going to just drill out through these. to release some of that pressure, and then it presses. All right, any questions, comments, leave a minute, I'll answer them. Hit the like, subscribe button. See y'all on the next one.